Joseph Kirkland, better known as Diamond D, is a Grammy Award-winning hip-hop producer and MC from the Bronx in New York. He's produced some amazing tracks for people, including Mos Def, Nubian, Showbiz AG, The Pharcyde and Pharoahe Monch. In today's video, I'm going to be exploring some of his best productions, as well as the samples used to create them. If you want to buy any of my background beats that are playing throughout the video, just click the first link in the pinned comment. This first track takes a sample from a very famous TV show from the 60s. Let's take a listen. Real great 90s hip-hop track there, taken from Fat Joe's debut album from 1993. After all these years, the samples from the horn and what sounds like a clarinet are still undiscovered. If anyone knows for certain where they are from, then drop a comment and make a lot of sample diggers very happy. This next track takes a sample from David Axelrod, who has been sampled many times in hip-hop. Let's take a listen.
One for the trouble, two for the time. Come on y'all, let's rock this.
Another track there from a debut album. It was the only track produced by Diamond D on the album. Mos Def is a co-producer, but he just played the bass and keyboards. The main track is all down to Diamond D. The album sold well. It was released in October 1999, and by February 2000, it had sold over 500,000 copies. Mos Def changed his name to Yazin Bey in 1999, but only used it with friends and family. He now uses that new name exclusively. This next one is one of Diamond D's own tracks. Let's have a listen to it.
Bet you listen, I catch you slipping on some smoke, crush your throat, plus you're broke, you're just a hope.
He originally just went by the name Diamond before changing it to Diamond D. The Jazz Crusaders were the original name of the Crusaders, a huge band that's included Joe Pass and Joe Sample amongst its members over the years. The Beastie Boys sampled them for their 1998 track Intergalactic, and Queen Latifah also sampled them for her 1993 track Unity. The Diamond D track was from his solo debut album and featured a lot of guest rappers such as Pete Rock, Phife Dawg, Big L and Lord Finesse. Let's hear what the next track is. Diamond D was the main producer on the title track from that Fugees album. It was the only track on the album that he produced, and it was the second and final studio album that they released. It was hugely successful and was the third best-selling album in the US in 1996. It has sold around 22 million copies worldwide to date and spawned a number of hit singles, including 2 number ones. Let's take a listen to the next track.
One day when I was riding on the train, I seen these 2 kids talking about the Nubian rain had fallen. Block flow, rip up a party, danced all night and at the end caught a body. Somehow I knew that I was bad to the bone.
A perfect example there of why Diamond D is so highly rated, using 4 samples from different songs to build and layer his track. Nubian are known for having Grand Puba and Sada X amongst the members. The lyrics in the track caused some controversy due to them being homophobic, and reissues on the Best Of album replaced some of those lyrics with new ones. The single came out in 1992 and then appeared on the 1993 album In God We Trust. Let's see what's up next.
That's that Washington Road and come back up. Washington, Georgia, I mean. Just clap your hands to the beat box. Just clap your hands to the beat box. Just clap your hands to the beat vibe. Just clap your hands to the beat vibe.
A combination of the new and the old rap. Me, Showbiz, and Diamond D, yeah, we got the AG, my right hand man is KG. Carry dope, you know. Wally Roll is my little bro.
Another example there of mixing several samples together to make a track. Diamond D is definitely a big fan of the JBs, who were the band for James Brown. They've been sampled a huge amount of times in hip hop, with the grunts being sampled well over 200 times. Soul Clap appeared on their debut album. From the next album onwards, they changed the name to just Showin' AG instead of Showbiz AG. The name AG is short for Andre the Giant. Let's hear the next track. The Alkoholiks were a hip-hop group from LA. They started out under the name ESP, which stood for Educated Street Poets, but were forced to change the name due to other groups using the name ESP. The Next Level, along with Damn, were the two singles from the 1995 album Coast to Coast. They never had any huge commercial success, but are definitely respected in the hip-hop industry. Let's see what's up next.
I was standing, wanted to cast a meeting. I would give anything to swing hand in hand with her, but I was just
I'm a big fan of the Pharcyde, and I've seen them live twice. The last time they performed their entire debut album in full, as well as a few tracks from the second album. I even got to hang out with them at the after party. That was the only track on the album produced by Diamond D, with J Dilla producing the bulk of the others. Cal Jada has been sampled a lot of times. Probably the most famous time is by Gangstar on Full Clip, when they sample his cover version of Walk On By. Let's hear the next track. That was one of 3 tracks produced by Diamond D on Pharoahe Monch's debut album from 1999. The other 2 were The Ass and The Truth. Wes Montgomery was an amazing jazz guitarist who's been sampled quite a few times. The main guitar sample on Next Level by Showin' AG is taken from a Wes Montgomery track. The Pharoahe Monch album never got a reissue until 2019, as he refused to work with Geffen Records after UMG required Raucus under the Geffen record label. Let's hear what's up next.
I can picture when you went down, just like a Vex. Here one day and gone the next.
That was one of the singles from their second album from 1993. Pete Rock and CL Smooth sampled the same track just a few seconds later for the 1994 track I Get Physical. George Benson is another amazing guitarist, and again, he's someone that's very popular for sampling. I Used to Love Her by Common is one of the most famous uses of his samples. There's many more great Diamond D productions, but I don't want to make the video too long. I could well do a part 2 at some time in the future. Drop a comment with your thoughts and make sure to subscribe to see my regular releases and live scratching videos. As always, thanks for watching.